Tokyo Olympic Games. As 14 days left before the Tokyo Olympic Games are underway, Ugandan athletes Winnie Nanyondo and Halima Nakai are set to test themselves in Monaco. The duo, who have already qualified for the Olympics, will be running the women's 1500 meters and 800 meters respectively against the elite fields at Stade Louis II. Now, Nanyondo heads into the 1500 meter race after claiming top honors over the same distance at the Spanish club Chalu Nucia about a month ago. Now she faces tough competition from current Olympic champion Kenyan Faith Chipchengo and Dutch 10,000 meter world record holder Hassan Sifan. However, Nakai dives back into action 8 days after crossing the finish line in second place, with 1 hour 58 minutes and 70 seconds at the Oslo Bislett Games in Norway. The 2019 World Championship gold medalists will have to upstage Jamaica's Goeli Natoya, Ethiopian Alemo Habitam plus Brits Reki Jema and Laura Meyer. Now into the latest local sport story, as Kaluma drivers' final punch as Silverbacks qualify for AfroBasket. Now the journey may have taken longer, but Uganda is finally there as the Silverbacks soaked the pressure in the final 5 minutes behind closed doors of the Cell Bozway to punch their ticket to the FIBA AfroBasket 2021 with a 77-65 win over Morocco. Playing in the enemy territory, it was youngster Arthur Kaluma who stepped up from the bench to score a game-high 20 points on his debut to power the Silverbacks over the line. Now Uganda joins Senegal, Cameroon and South Sudan in Group D of the final tournament that will take place from August 24th to September 5th in Kigali, Rwanda. However, the Silverbacks started slow, missing their first 5 field goals, but Morocco were equally blunt to start the game. Now the hosts led 5-2 early in the opening quarter, with vet Abdullah Hakim Zoita, who was returning to Morocco team, causing all sorts of problems for Uganda. However, Dengue 10 points found space at the post to spark Uganda a 20-10 first quarter as Silverbacks zone suffocated the Moroccans, who struggled from deep. Now that is all from the local sports updates. Shortly after the break, we return with the international stories. All right, now we head into the news update, the foreign sports updates here, as we start with Sergio Ramos, as the former Real Madrid defender joined Paris Saint-Germain on a 2-year deal. Now, Paris Saint-Germain have signed Sergio Ramos on a 2-year deal following the defender's departure from Real Madrid. Ramos, who's aged 35, left the Galacticos after 16 years when his contract expired at the end of June. Now, Ramos, who appears to be Spain's most capped player, won 5 La Liga titles and 4 Champions League medals with Real Madrid. Now, he stated, "I am very happy to join Paris Saint-Germain," Ramos said. "This is a big change in my life, a new challenge, and it's a day I will never forget." Now, PSG chairman and chief executive Nasser El Khelaifi said, "Paris welcomes one of the greatest players of our era." Ramos is PSG's 3rd signing of the summer, and after the arrival of Morocco defender Akram Hakimi from Inter Milan and Jorginho Wijnaldum. Now, the Dutch midfielder also joined on a free transfer after leaving Liverpool. Mauricio Pochettino's side of PSG, who missed out on last season's Liga title to Lille, also linked with a move for Italy international goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma, who is a free agent after leaving AC Milan. Ramos, who was left out of Spain's Euro 2020 squad, will link up with former Real Madrid teammates Angel Di Maria and Keylor Navas of Costa Rica. Now to London in Chelsea, as Chelsea's transfer news hits the table as Olivier Giroud is close to AC Milan. Now, Olivier Giroud is close to a permanent move to AC Milan in Italy, as the Serie A club will pay Chelsea £1.7 million, which is approximately €2 million fee for France international. And Giroud signed a one-year extension at Stamford Bridge last summer, and club took up the option to extend it further into June 2022. At first reported by Sky in Italy, the 36-year-old France international is set to travel to Italy for a medical before signing for Milan in a £2 million deal. The Serie A side are also set to pay an initial £860,000, approximately €1 million, plus another £860,000 in add-on depending on the players' appearances and the club's qualification to next season's Champions League group stage. That's business for sure from Chelsea. Now let's head into the news from Cristiano Ronaldo, as the former Portuguese star has sold off his former Manchester mansion at £3.25 million. Sorry, he's a former Manchester United player, not a former Portugal star. He's currently still playing for Portugal. Now, having left Manchester United almost a decade, it's no surprise that the international soccer superstar Cristiano Ronaldo is ready to bid farewell to his home in affluent English village of Adela Edge, just 15 miles away from his former playing ground at Old Trafford. Mr. Ronaldo, who now plays forward for Italian club Juventus, the old Italian lady, listed the 5-bedroom, 3-story brick house on Monday for £3.25 million, approximately $4.1 million, according to list recordings. Now, the Portuguese footballer is said to take a £600,000 loss if he sells it for that asking price. Now, Mr. Ronaldo, who is age 33, purchased the house for Ronaldo, who's aged 35, purchased the house for a sum of £3.895 million over a decade ago, according to a title document filed with the Land Registry in 2007 in Manchester. Now into boxing now, as we finalize with our latest from the sports updates, as Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder set to be postponed until October due to a COVID-19 outbreak. Now, US reports state that the Tyson Fury and at least 10 members of his team have tested positive for COVID-19, meaning his WBC heavyweight title defense against Deontay Wilder must be pushed back from its July 24th date. And that delay to Fury versus Wilder means that Anthony Joshua is now expected to step back between the ropes before his two main divisional rivals. Joshua is set to defend IBF, WBA and WBO against Alexander Usyk on September 25th in London, and also talks to stage Joshua versus Fury for the undisputed title fell apart, as there was optimism that the dream fight could be rectified this year if they come through their next defenses. With Fury's comeback now delayed until October, any hope of seeing him fight Joshua in 2021 has gone off to bed. Now, that's all we've had in the international sports updates. As we wind up, meanwhile, this weekend is going to be filled with football action as the Euro 2020 finals come to an end. Will it be England? Is it coming home to London? Is it coming home to the British side? As they'll be entertaining the old lady, Italy, the Azzurri, and also in South America as Brazil and Argentina go head to head. Neymar or Messi, who will lift their countries up there? Of course, we shall be giving you all the details on Monday here on Smart Means Business. I do remain Joram SSONKO. Keep it SMB, and we return shortly with the Business Diaries. Smart 24, driving business. Smart 24, driving business.
Very well, at 41 minutes past 10 in the morning, thank you for you have joined us from 7 a.m. and we're on to our last hour in our last minutes. And also congratulations to those who have already gotten the Nabanja Kamani.
And we're starting with Mr. Godfrey. Mr. Godfrey Oloya. Oloya, yes. He has been training all over Uganda, being the first man. You know, most people are saying
to receive COVID-19 money.
People are saying the first Ugandan to receive money from a woman after being promised. That is because women rarely give money to men.
Very well. Again, if you've not yet received, do not worry, because actually data is still coming through, and hopefully your doorstep will be open for the post bank people in case they knock out for you to come and get your money in cash for those who do not have mobile money or who do not have any mobile money phones. But for now, let's get into our diaries. What happened on a day like this in the universe?
All right, now today we have two events that we are remembering on a day like this, on the 9th of July, the ones that caught us and we picked them up. Now, first, the African Union, a continental union that is consisting of 55 member states, was launched on July 9th, 2002, and replacing the Organization of the African Union.
Very well. When you look out there, that is from Ethiopia, and the African Union actually continues to be one of the great initiatives across the world that is helping out in terms of economic development and both social and economic, even political, because they're advising these various leaders coming through and various entrepreneurs. At some point, you have heard of the AU Summit.
Yes, because when you have a political you have a political stability, business has to prevail. Absolutely. So you'd have to create a political would I say mood or your environment.
Well.
Yes, and that is going to help out the businessman or any young entrepreneur or any entrepreneur out there to come up with the business, because there is peace in the country.
Because these are always even policies that at some point will help us move eventually to our destined goals for every various countries or nations across the world.
Definitely.
But we continue to appreciate the African Union entities, and Uganda is actually one of 51 countries that are now part of the
African
Union. And the last lively summit actually before COVID-19 was in Ethiopia, where a number of them got into dialogues and meetings to discuss for their countries, especially in terms of economic development and also sustainable goal developments, the SDGs, for the year 2030. And Uganda also has one of the reasons for the goal of 2030, the vision of 2030 SDG. But also moving on our business diaries.
Now here to the next one. This one is for the movie lovers out there, the movie fanatics, the film fanatics. As in 1937, on 9th June, the silent film archives of Fox Film Corporation were destroyed by the 1937 Fox Vault fire, as one death and 2 injuries resulted from that fire, which also destroyed all the archived film in the vaults, resulting into the loss of the most silent films produced by the Fox Film Corporation before 1932.
That was a very sad one.
Sad because
it is so touching. I felt like it's happening now. Like you can imagine Fox Films losing
one of because even the studios were destroyed, the laboratories. We all know.
Was the fire coming out from the same area?
Yes, from the same. However, the only good news was they only recorded one death, because at least if you could save a number of lives, that would be far better. And 2 injuries were resulted from the fire, maybe from the people who wanted to safeguard some of the things. And if we were mentioning about record keeping or bookkeeping, and you know how good it is when you're following up the growth of your business. Now back then, film industry was also one of the new.
It was keeping records already.
It was also keeping record, the archives, to at least look back at where you've started as you're evolving in the movie industry. And we've seen.
So did they recover? Did they recover? What?
No, they didn't recover because the biggest loss was them losing these files and several studios. So they had to again look for more finances to rehabilitate or reconstruct these studios. And we all know how fast the movie industry in the US is growing up from the Hollywood and I think this moment is also still sad in the movie making history in the US.
How come they have not yet made it a movie? I think it must be somewhere being
and in the build-up to try to remember those days of the fire.
Somewhere, film people, film sector, they always try opportunities and find even they take your sad moment to be a movie.
They do narrate a lot of stories through the movies.
Life. And that marks our diaries for today, and also those who have been with us since morning. What is your take from the day? As we head into the weekend, tomorrow I'll be dancing the 21 days because we're making 21 days.
You've reminded me of a song by Eddie Kenzo. Kuba, it's a weekend. When you're saying it's a weekend, I'm like, hey, Rita is so excited about the weekend. Well, today we've had it was a good day. It has been a busy one, I could say here, as we had a number of guests here from first from the National Planning Authority, and we also had Miss Jen Nalunga, who came and addressed a few issues for those that have been with us. Thank you.
From range according to policymakers.
According to policymakers. So to all those who have been been with us from morning, from 7 a.m. when we started. Thank you. And I personally wish you a good weekend. Maybe we shall do this next week on Monday.
Very well. Have a blessed weekend. Do not forget to go on that YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe if you're watching from there. And if you are on Twitter, retweet and also follow us and leave comments on our Facebook pages. And that is also for the YouTube. And make sure you bring business with us and also be trading for us to develop the economy together. RITAH KABANYORO at R KABANYORO on the social media platforms. Good morning for now.
Smart 24, driving business.